I'm Claire from Created the Ottaway. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up in the UK. Thank you for joining me. This is my weekly craft along tutorial. I try and share a little make with you once a week, life permitting, and this is it. So this is the make that we are going to do this week. In the UK, it is just after Christmas. It's that weird time between Christmas and New Year, and this will be my first video of the new year in 2025. So I thought after all the Christmas makes where we've been going all out, we needed something really simple to ease us gently back into it. So this is my easy shadow box card. That's what it looks like. It stands up like that. It's really, there's nothing too much to it at all. It folds flat for posting, so it'll fit in a standard envelope. I'm in the UK, so this is sized to fit the UK market, but you can upsize it really, really simply. I'll show you as we go through step by step how you can do that. I've used a new set that is coming out in January with Stampin' Up. It's going to be a new online exclusive called Twisted in Time. It really reminds me of an oak tree, so I'm going with that. As my logo, I've got oak leaves and an acorn because I absolutely love it. And there's all sorts of reasons behind that, so look me up on Instagram to find out a bit more about me. So I've also done it not only in the stamp but in the die, just to show you how you can step it up really simply just by using the dies rather than the stamp. You could use a combination of both of them. I think that would work really well. I like both. I can't say that I've got a favourite out of the two. Have I? No, I haven't actually. I really don't know. I'm going to show you the stamping one because I think that would be the easiest one for you to start with. Although die cutting's really easy, it's sort of like a no fail. If you've got a die cutting machine or a Stampin' Up cut and emboss machine, you just get these metal dies that look like this, all sorts like this. You layer them with some card, run them through the machine, and ta-da! This is what the dies look like in the Twisted in Time set. There's these little bits here that actually look absolutely nothing at all, but they make little leaf patterns. There's the outline of the tree, and then you've got this lovely detail on the tree here, which I'll show you a bit more. You also get this label one, and you get this that you can frame your stamps, or you can cut out a nice piece of card, and I'll do that in another video. What I tend to do when I get my dies is I draw around them in place so that if I lose one, I know that there's one lost. If you've got a pile of all different ones, like all sizes like this, it's quite easy to misplace one. And then what I do is I run it through the die cutting machine, and I end up with a sample like that. And that really shows the detail. The dies are really good, but they don't really show the detail. For instance, this one is going to look like this. So you can see how that can go together. And the twisted tree, look at that. Isn't that lovely? Really, really lovely. And layering that on top of this tree here really makes it pop. So that's the dies and the stamp set. Can you see why I think it looks like an oak tree? I think actually it is an oak tree. The stamp set is like this. So it's one of those ones where you can do a wash on the background, and then the detail is the leaves, and this is the trunk. It's got some really lovely little sentiments as well, and these funky little doodles here, which I'm quite interested to play with. I haven't really sat down and played too much at the moment, but I've got a few ideas buzzing with me for that. So that's the stamp set. The colours that I've chosen to use, sometimes it's really tricky. Automatically my mind is like trees, you need greens. So what I did was I looked in the new catalogue. There's a new mini catalogue due out January. Ta-da! Can't show you inside, but alongside that you get a celebration brochure, and you get to choose something free from there if you spend a qualifying amount. Now inside, can't show you inside, let's show you on the main catalogue. So on the main catalogue, when you look at the papers, I'm not going to be able to do this quickly, am I? Oh, look there. So when you look at the papers here, okay, it shows you what colours are in there. And if you're stuck for time or you're really not great at mixing your colours, have a look along and you can automatically see what colours go well together. So in this one, for instance, they've got pinks and an orange, a couple of greens and some really darker pinks as well. Now, I did the same with this stamp set. So I looked at some paper that I liked in the new catalogue, looked at what the colours were, and they'd got Seesaw Foam, Pool Party and Olive Green. Now those two I would have put together because they look really nice, but not so much the Pool Party. But as you can see, look at the colours, they've come out really lovely. So that's a top tip. There you go. So have a look at the colours that Stampin' Up have already coordinated and just use those. Do I need to show you anything else? Do I? Yes, there's a die set that I've used to cut out this circle, and I've used it for the front here. Now this is such an investment set, so if you haven't got these, you are going to need these. These are called Stylish Shapes. They're £28, but you get 15 different dies. And what happens is, when you die cut, not only does it die cut and give you some stitch detail, but it also leaves behind some stitch detail. Look at that. Oh, too far away, I know. There. So you get that bit that comes out that I can use on another project, and it's got some detail on it. And then this one has also got some stitch detail, and it just lifts it. When I did the die cutting one, I actually wanted a bigger opening, so I used the Encircled in Nature dies. No, that's something else. Oh, I didn't write it down. I'll look it up. I used one of the other sets that's got so many different circles in with some detail, and I thought I'd be really clever and die cut that because it had got some leaf detail going all around the edge. But of course, as soon as you die cut it, all you're left with is the circle. Now I've got a nice circle that's got leaf pattern around, but not what I would use on this card. So I've gone back to the Stylish Shapes, and honestly, if you look at some of my other videos, you will see how much I use this set. So yeah, put it on your shopping list, and next time you're looking for a bargain buy, this will be it. Stylish Shapes, £28 for 15 dies, but actually it's more than that because you get double. You can layer up and all sorts. Anyway, you don't want to know any more about that. You want to know how to make the card. So I've got some instructions here for you. Really simple. We are going to fly through this. I think you could make it really complicated trying to do lots of different scoring lines. So what I've done is I've compacted it down and made it so simple you could do it with your eyes closed. Okay, so you just need a base piece of card. We're going to score either end. That's it. No, honestly, that really is it. You're going to love it. Okay. Oh, did you screenshot it? Screenshot that. I've put it in centimetres and inches. If you have any questions, then just put them in the comments below, because if you've got a question, you can guarantee somebody else has got the same question. Also, let me know in the comments how you get on making it, because that's always really exciting for me to see as well. And if you'd love to share a photo of what you make, I am very happy about that. You can send me an email at createdtheottaway@gmail.co.uk. Let's craft. Okay, so I am going to use my trusty paper trimmer from Stampin' Up because I need to do cutting and scoring, and it's got a blade that does both. Okay, so I've got an A4 sheet of card. Like I said, I am in the UK. I've got the shorter end at the top, and basically I'm just going to chop it in half so I can get 2 cards out of one piece. So it's 4 1/8 of an inch. Ta-da! Done. Okay, So this is one of my cards. Now what I'm going to do, like I said, you could do lots of score lines and worry about the measurements. I'm going to make it super easy. So all we are going to do is fold that in half. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that the edges meet, fold it back that way, and I'm going to use my bone folder to get a really nice crisp fold. Okay, just like that. So my piece of card is exactly in half. So if you're not in the UK and you want a bigger size, or you want to do a landscape version or a horizontal version, you're just going to do exactly the same. I'm going to bring my paper trimmer back in, and then from either edge I'm going to score at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. So make sure that cutting blade is out the way. I score it. Now I'm pressing quite firmly because I want it to go right through to the other side. If I turn it over, can you see there's a faint line? Then I also do it at 1 inch. So 1/2 inch and 1 inch on one side. Okay, then I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to do exactly the same on there. 1/2 inch and then 1 inch. And that's the base of our card done. No, really, it is. Okay, so then what I need to do, it doesn't matter which way round I have it. I can have it that way round or that way round. It's exactly the same on both sides. But I need to die cut the circle from this middle piece here. So I'm going to take my stylish shaped circle. The right one? Yep. Turn it face down. I'm going to open it out, and I'm just going to run that through my die cutting machine. Now I don't want to do these two panels here. I just need the biggest area here. Let's see if I can do this without causing too much stress. So that's going to go like that. Going to go like that. My craft area is not big enough to show you, but I'll bring it back in a minute. Okay, so there it is, die cut. And can you see what I mean? You've got stitching on that circle, put that away for another project, and then I've got the circle on this side here. Done. That's it. Now we do all the decorating. So what we need to do is just see where those score lines are. We're just going to make them stand out a bit more because it's a bit tricky to see if you don't know where they are, especially in this half wintry light. So I'm just going to go over all of the score lines before I do any more decorating. And just let the paper know exactly what I want it to do. Okay. Just there. So you should have 4 score lines in the middle. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't worry about how you fold it at the moment. We're going to do that in a minute. Okay, and then this one, I'm going to fold that back like that. Just make sure all of those lines are fine. So I keep forgetting to make sure that you're seeing what I'm doing. Getting too excited, that's what it is. I'm like, look, it's nearly done already. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one goes there. And there's one more there. Then that is it. Okay. Let's have a look. So I'm going to put mine this way round. I don't know why, I just think it looked better. So I've got 2 panels there. So there's 1, 2 panels there. There's 4 panels in the middle there. Then there's my window, and then there's 2 more panels. Now I need to cut a piece of paper that's going to go in here. When I did my die cutting one, I did it in a different colour paper, but this one is going to be white. And I've already cut it just to save you time. So this is 3 3/4 by 4 inches, and it just fits there with a tiny bit of a border all the way round. And this is the bit that I'm going to stamp my sentiment on. So I'm going to bring that, take the card away, and we're going to do some stamping. Now I've got rheumatoid arthritis and my hands are not being great, so let's see what a disaster we can make of this. I'm going to start with, first of all, can you see, I'm going to start with this background. Okay, it's like that. Now you are going to need a bigger block. I could squeeze it on there and it probably would stamp okay, even though it's overhanging a slight little bit. But I'm going to put it on the next size block up just so I can see where it is right in the middle, and then I can get a good stamp on it. Now the colours that I've got are Old Olive, Sea Soft Foam, Pool Party and Pecan Pie. Now obviously Pecan Pie is going to be for the trunk, so I'm going to put that to one side. Pool Party, I'm not sure I'm going to use that for the stamp, but we will see. I am going to use Old Olive and Sea Soft Foam. Now the law of averages means that the back of the leaf or the background should be darker and get lighter as it goes forward. So I'm just gonna put my stamp onto Old Olive, and I'm going to put that just there and press it. Now this is one of those stamps that doesn't give you a really solid block colour. It's already tonal. So can you see that? Look at that. I think that's pretty good. So that's going to be my background colour. Okay. Then I'm going to do, shall I do the tree trunk next? I feel like that's a safe bet. So let's do the tree. I think I can use the different smaller block for that. Oh, look at that, just about. So let's put that out of the way. See what this colour Pecan Pie comes out like. Okay, now I'm going to try and look, where is my tree? I'm going to try and do it straight. This might not work. Let's see, because I'm at an angle, I'm not directly over it. Fingers crossed. So a little prayer to the craft fairy. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's come out really good. That almost needs a ta-da just for the good stamping, Claire. The next thing I'm going to do is use this dark stamp because it's got some leaf detail. Okay, now big one I think for this one, big block. Okay, just bring that over there. I think I'm going to try not Pool Party, Sea Soft Foam. Let's see how that comes out on here. So I'm going to use my ink pad. I don't think it's going to be very dark, but I'm not trying to add too much dark. I'm just trying to give layers. So let's see where this, if this does anything at all. Let's have a look. Oh, I can see. That's really hard for you to see. But there is leaf pattern on there. Okay, now, because I don't want it to be too dark, I'm going to bring in the Old Olive and I'm going to use a little sponge dabber or dauber, and I'm going to add some ink just in a few places. It's really hard actually to just do a few places because it feels like you want to do it all over. But I'm going to concentrate mainly on the centre bit. see what happens when I do that. And I'm going to move it slightly so I'm not just straight over the leaves I've already done. Let's have a look. Oh, that's nice. Yep, that's got some really nice detail in it. So I'm going to leave it at that, otherwise I'm going to just keep adding and adding. You can do as many layers as you want to, but I'm happy with that. So I'm going to put that on as my background piece. So glue. Oh, I didn't check the glue was going to work. Let's have a look. I think it will. We'll pretend we haven't noticed it's working because I'm so relieved. I thought it was going to be clogged up. Tombow glue because it gives me a bit of wiggle room. I can place it, then move it a little bit and just make sure that it's all the way over. And that is my card. Look. Oh, okay. So how do we work out the side bits so that it's going to stand? So you've got these panels. So if I fold that in half, just exactly in half, you can see this, they fold over. Oh, have I not done that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, oh, it's there. No, I am missing one. Oh, my goodness, I thought, what has gone on, Claire? I've got one panel there that is not showing on the front. So I'm just going to, what am I going to do to fix that? I'm going to bend that. Can you see it's there? And I didn't burnish it. So let's burnish that now. Like that. Otherwise it's not going to work. Okay. Burnish that down. Like that. Then I'll show you what I mean, what I did wrong. Well, not wrong, just putting it together. So I have got 1, 2, 3, 4 long pieces. I'm going to join them together, okay, and the two that are right on this edge I'm going to glue together. So what I'm going to do is use my glue on those two, just those two, not the panel here and not the panel here, just the two in the middle. Okay, so I'm being really quite careful with the glue because I don't want it to squeeze out past these panels. And I'm pressing down just on that piece. So if I held that piece now, you will be able to see that. Can you see that? I'll fold that back so you can see. So I just glued that piece there. And then what I'm going to do is fold it back that way, fold it back that way. So it's sort of like concertinaed. And I'm just going to make sure that everything is happy, that the card knows what I need it to do. And then what happens is you just pull that out and that is your side piece. Look at that, done. How clever is that? Now we've got to do the same on the other side. Now obviously this is not joined. So what you're going to do is just put glue on this panel. And it's going to meet up just that panel, not the one next to your tree. Okay, fold that down flat, push it along so that it joins and you know it fits flat in a card. Stick that one down just like that. And then again, do the same. So just help it so it knows which way to go, like so. And then bring it back like that and concertina it again and just go over it with your bone folder, and that gives you your shape, your easy shadow box card. Now you can see there's quite a lot of room in there, so you could really add lots of 3D elements to this. Just remember that if you're posting it, you need it to go fairly flat for posting. So all that's left is the sentiment on the front. So I have already die cut that shape because I know that that's going to go really well there. I have got this stamp set that says thank you for the little things, because I sort of think it's funny that you've done an oak tree, a big tree, and you're saying thank you for the little things. So just my quirky sense of humour really. So I have got that. I'm just going to stamp that on there, just like that. And I'm going to use some dimensionals on the back just to put it in place. A little bit there, or one there, and then a little bit. So I'm just using another little bit off of the edge, you know, where you're left with all the whole ones have gone and you've just got a tiny bit around the edge. So if you've liked what I've used, it is available come January, and you can shop with me at createdtheottaway.co.uk. And there is our ta-da! Ta-da! I hope you've loved this tutorial. If you've loved it, and oh, I didn't tell you I used Lost Lagoon card on that one rather than Pool Party. So what do you think? Do you think Pool Party or do you think Lost Lagoon? So many choices, isn't there? If you've loved watching this and you'd like to see some more, don't forget to subscribe and join me again very soon. Happy crafting!